So start off in position, and it can be a pretty difficult stack depth here when we're dealing with aggressive opponents that are 3-betting us very wide. And it can be difficult to know exactly where we're at in the hand pre-flop if we want to be getting our stack in light. And there is a big difference between the low and high end of this stack depth. 25 and 50 big blinds are quite different. The good thing about this kind of stack depth is once we do reach here, we've developed some sort of reads on our opponent, and we're going to have some sort of idea of how they're generally playing. And just in general, the best strategy if we are really lacking reads is still going to be to open pretty wide, maybe slightly shallow, slightly less wide than the previous stack depth because we're a little bit shallower. And obviously it's easy to say call 4 bets and 3 bets appropriately, but we'll get into that a bit as these slides go on, and we'll start to kind of dissect what our ranges should look like. So first thing we're looking at is open shoving, and that is definitely something to be considered at the low end of this stack depth, and this is open shoving on the button before any action. Just shove all in and try to end the hand right there, and if we are called, we want to be in not too bad of a shape, but oops, sorry. A lot of that play definitely relies on fold equity. There's going to be quite a few considerations even when we're at the low end of this range from 25 to 30 big blinds. Is first off, can I just min-raise versus this player instead? A lot of times we don't have to open shove, even if we're 20 big blinds deep with pocket twos. If we're just going to be raising, if he's just going to be folding more than 50%, there's really not much point of doing anything but min-raise folding. And a lot of weak players are going to be not aggressive enough 3-betting, and we can just min-raise and fold 2 shoves without really thinking about it all that much. And another consideration is how often are they 3-betting me. If someone, the same hand with deuces, if we're on the button at 30 big blinds and we're facing someone with a 30% 3-bet, well, if we open jam at that point, we can certainly try to take the hand down right there. And if we call, we're probably not going to be in too bad of shape because by open shoving, we don't allow him to 3-bet us potentially off our hand, or we can actually get him to fold some hands that we don't mind him folding. We don't mind him folding, 7-8 suited and suited connectors and stuff when we have deuces. Another thing to consider is if the player is just flatting a lot out of position and check folding on the flop, then open shoving becomes quite a bit worse. Because we can min raise, he can flat, we can c-bet and play a flop and take that down a very high percentage of the time. So some considerations when we are at this kind of stack depth is villain's 3-bet range is often considerably stronger at this depth than above 50 big blinds. People are less likely to be really 3-betting loose. And the reason for this, I think, is a couple. One, players' ranges are generally starting to tighten up pre-flop at this point of the match. So having a really loose 3-bet range is going to be not the greatest situation for them. And two, a lot of these hands at this kind of stack depth are almost certain to be all in on the flop or possibly on the turn. So it can be scary for some players to kind of execute bluffs out of position into knowing that their stack is probably going to have to go in if they want to continue on with the bluff on the turn or possibly even on the flop. And it can get into some gross situations if villains are 3-betting non-all in, and then when they bet their weak draws on the flop and we shove over, they can almost be priced in at this kind of stack depth. So generally, without reads, I'm thinking most people's 3-bet range are going to be fairly strong here. Thinking players are going to be polarizing their 3-bet range. I'll get into that a bit in a couple slides here, but we touched on that briefly in the previous videos, and we'll get a bit more depth into that and how one should polarize range at this kind of depth. And also at this depth, we are also going to start facing more 3-bet shoves. And 3-bet shoves really aren't that difficult to deal with. It's just more of a math calculation. We have to figure out what range they have, what our perceived range is in their eyes, and kind of it's just a math calculation based on that. So that's not really the most difficult part of playing this stack depth.